Sage+Grace Realty loves shining a spotlight on local businesses right here in our area. Today, I'm so excited to be with Chris McKinley of BSPK.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. So tell us, what is BSPK?
Well, BSPK, first off, the name is inspired from not the word bespoke. A lot of people assume that. It's actually buyers speak. And the reason that is because while I was working in construction, I realized, part of my function with working with Jeffrey is I would bid out projects and actually interview builders for different projects. And I would notice that the transition from design to build was a very sloppy one. And it was one that was very uncontrollable and manageable.
Jeffrey, I should add, is a local architect with whom you work with.
Yes. And so we formed BSPK that takes on that mantra of listening to the buyers. And so it's really just buyers speak. And then also it's a client focus. And I know that's kind of a kitschy, cliche term, but in construction, it's really not. So I actually have about 20 years of experience in marketing and advertising. And so what I found is using that business model where we have clients, we have project timelines, we have budgets, we have reporting. All of that is very common through advertising. And that's really what our clients are demanding, in addition to quality building. So I make sure that I partner with, my business partner. And so we have these two core functions. There's not a quality building that's required in following the design, but there's also a business aspect of it that needs to be adhered to as well. And so we bring both of those disciplines into our construction business.
So tell me about your clientele. Who do you enjoy working with?
I love working with really creative people. I love the fact that, if there's a common trust between the team, the core team, the details just really flourish and can make the home even more beautiful. This home is inspired by just an ongoing, trust of our clients saying like, what if we did this? And they're like, yes, we love it. Let's go with it. And so I think that encourages just a love affair over time of the home so that when they do move in, it's actually quite lovely to see how happy and trusting everybody is.
Do you work with clients who call you and they say, hey, I went online and I found this floor plan or this home design that I really like. Can you help me build it?
We do, but typically because of the constraints of where they want to build it and whatnot, it can be very difficult. So we try to have a very educated conversation with them about the pros and cons of that. It can actually, even though you might go online and buy a plan, say for $5,000, it actually might cost you quite significantly. An example of that is we built a home in Johns Creek and they wanted a very traditional, it was almost a Palladian style home, but it sat on top of a hill. So even though it was a pre-planned house, we had to excavate everything, which cost almost $100,000. Then we had to build another $150,000 retaining wall to hold back the soil from the back of the house. So anyway, it can cost a lot.
So they have been better off from a cost perspective designing the home that fit that piece of land.
Right, exactly.
Is it ideal that they're working with an architect and you to help build, or can you sidestep the architect and just work directly with the builder?
I don't like to sidestep the architect. I do trust designers a lot more. I try not to be one. I have some ideas, but they're probably mostly taken from past projects. So I try to, stay in my wheelhouse, so to speak.
That's fair. So people wanting to build a home, they're going to reach out to you and interview you to potentially be their builder, and you're going to help them assemble a team, which is going to include who else?
Well, it would depend on the scope of work, obviously, but it would obviously be everybody from setting the foundation, excavation, pool folks, drywall. I mean, there's different skill sets involved with different designs. This house is very clean. So we need a really good drywaller.
Yeah.
But we have very minimal trim work. So I don't need, the expert from,
specialist.
The White House coming over here to trim the house. So it just depends on the level of detail and what the house needs.
Are you a general contractor?
Yes. Chris Griffin is actually my business partner as well. So there's two of us working on the projects.
So tell us once more about the name of your company and the inspiration behind the name.
Sure. So the name of the company is BSPK, and the inspiration is listening to buyers. So it's buyers speak. And so I just kind of broke that down into BSPK.
And I don't think it is at all trite to say that you are really providing personalized service, because that's what I do too as a real estate professional. We have to listen to what people want and cater what we're providing them based on their wants and needs. It's what we do if we're good at our jobs.
Yeah.
Where can we find you online?
So we're at bspkhome.com.
And where can we find you in town?
Piedmont Heights is where our office is.
Yeah.
But we're all over town.
Great. Love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.